The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Brand new season and a brand new open, man. Shout out to Aldo for putting that together. That was freaking awesome. Here we go, Barflies. Welcome to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. KB, as usual, is going to be fashionably late. He's on his way right now. I gave him a call before we hit live, and he is throwing some clothes on. He's on his way. But Chris, my brother, man, what's up, man? How has your summer been? What's going on, man?
How are you doing, AC? It's absolutely fantastic to be talking to you again, mate. You know, I miss your southern tones through them summer months without football. And yeah, what an opener Aldo's put together. That is awesome, Aldo. And thanks for doing that, man. And obviously, I want to send my wishes to Aldo that we all want him to get better as soon as possible. But wow, what an opener, man. I'm pumped, man. I'm absolutely pumped for this season, pumped for the show, AC. And obviously KB's always fashionably late, so nothing changes. We're back, so let's have it.
yeah. So it was a nice long off season. We had a draft, we had free agency. We came back a little bit there and did periodic shows here and there, but for the most part, I wanted to hold off until we actually had some football to talk about. And boy, did we. My man KB's backstage. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Good morning, KB. Your lights, you got some, you're pretty dark over there. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, man, I'm sitting outside. I might have to relocate so y'all can see your boy. Hello. I know it's going to be that bad.
Well, do you want me to? Oh, that worked.
That's better. No. That's better.
What happened? How did I do that?
It's like when you move your finger. I don't know. If you want, I can throw you backstage and bring you back in when you're ready. When you find something. Oh man, that's different. Oh yeah. So we got some football to talk about. They left the starters in for a little bit, and this is what I mean, how could we do off any other way? 1 + 2 = 6. Our man Justin Fields hits DJ Moore on a little screen pass, and DJ just takes it the distance. I thought he was going to get caught for a second there when he slowed up toward the end zone, but man, that was freaking exciting, and I can't remember a time, and I tried my best not to get overly excited because I know it's preseason. These teams don't always, I mean, they kind of throw a vanilla defense out there. They don't want to show anything that teams can use against them in the regular season. But man, I'm excited about a Bears offense for the first time since probably we had Marshall and Alshon and Martellus, but I think this one has the ability, has the ability to be even better than that offense that we saw. What do you think, Chris? How did that big bang for the start? How did you feel about that?
Oh, mate, I'm surprised you didn't hear me cheering at the other side of the pond, mate. I was going absolutely crazy for DJ Moore when he was running with that ball. Absolutely. And it just proves as well that a lot of people say he hasn't got the breakaway speed. Well, that just showed the public that he has. And it was so refreshing compared to last year where, I couldn't even imagine that happening at a game what we played last year with our wide receivers at that time. And it was such a good feeling, man, to see positivity. And I was going absolutely crazy, mate. And and it lasted all the way through the game, thank God.
Yes. So I mean, KB, you want to talk about this DJ Moore and Justin Fields connection? I mean, I know you was fired up. I saw it on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it now. But
X, Twitter, the Twitter with the X sign. Who the hell knows the bird flying around the X? I don't know, bro. But fired up. Listen, I don't think it's the right word to use, man. It's beyond that. We finally got a number one wide receiver, and I think what you've seen finally proved it. It was the dude. Look what a mundane play could turn into. Fireworks, and it's exciting to see. It's amazing because DJ Moore is fucking incredible. I know the dude's incredible. I've seen the stats he's put up with the likes of West Bumblefuck quarterback 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? So you throw Justin Fields out there, and it's like, bro, this dude's way more talented than anybody he's ever played with, bro. So, oh man, I like I said, just ecstatic, over the moon. That's how I felt. First catch as a Bear
to the house.
God.
To the crib, as they say. I was at my son's middle school game last night, and when the 8th grade team went out there, they returned a punt for a touchdown, and everybody on the sideline was like, to the crib. So I guess that's what the kids are saying now.
To the crib, baby. I think it's funny. I might actually put that on the X, on the alphabet app. Who knows, bro? You know what I'm saying? To the crib. You feel me?
To the crib. Don't sounds good in the Yorkshire accent, does it really? To the crib.
Hey, I need the Riley drop from the Boondocks where he was like, man, y'all enunciate all your words.
Dude, last week, like, I listened to the floor a lot through the week, but when Dan Bernstein, I like Lawrence Holmes just fine, but when Dan Bernstein comes on there, the way he enunciates everything he says, it makes him come off like an asshole, and I think he knows that. I have a feeling he knows that, and but it makes me to where I can't even listen to their show, honestly. But sorry to get off on a tangent there. It just popped in my head when you said that, KB, enunciating everything. But Don Burr's in the chat. Of course, he's telling us all to calm down, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't calm down, man. I'm excited about this offense. So the first play, you have DJ Moore go to the crib, as we said, and then the second touchdown, Justin Fields gets some pressure, rolls out of the pocket. Oh, there's Khalil Herbert out here. Bloop, dropped it off to him, and he took it to the crib as well. It was a lot of fun to see that. I was excited to see this offense, and I'm excited to see Justin Fields using or having the ability to use his playmakers to make those plays instead of taking it himself and running 70 yards. And shout out to our offensive line for getting out in front and blocking and paving the way for those guys. That was just it was just good football, and we just don't see that a ton. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even last year when Justin put the whole team on his back and we were scoring sometimes 30 points there in the middle of the season, he was doing it a lot himself. It was really nice to see a cohesive unit. And granted, it's preseason. It was the first game of the year. So, like I said, I'm trying my best not to get too excited. But, man, that was exciting as well. Chris, what did you think about the running back that's stepping into that RB1 role? Were you excited to see that?
I'm glad you brought the running backs up, man, because I really think that's probably one of the strengths of our offense is that running back room. You think you got Herbert, and I tell you one thing as well. I really like how that rookie runs. Is it Rashard Johnson? How he runs, man, he's proper like north. Yeah, he's proper north to south runner, man. But he's a big guy as well, and I can imagine he could just wear down sort of players. Like near the end of the game, if we've got a bit of a lead and we need to run some time out, he could definitely do that. And the guy we got from Carolina as well, he played really well. So yeah, really, really excited about the running back room. So I think that's probably one of the rooms where we got most depth in all the player positions across the team, really. The only sort of thing regarding depth is probably the offensive line, because the offensive line have had a few knocks through training camp, like Nate hasn't really played very often in training camp. So that's the only sort of downside I think of regarding the running game. But yeah, overall, honestly, I can just see that running attack, taking over the league. I just think we've got one of the best running back rooms in the whole league.
Yeah, and that really, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. Last year, it was all about David Montgomery, and Don Burr, I know you're in the chat. You're welcome for David Montgomery. He is the quintessential workhorse running back that'll put all those carries on his back and really carry the load. And I feel like we're turning into a running back by committee, which a lot of the league is doing. And Khalil Herbert did good. You mentioned Roschon Johnson. I wish Jordan was here to wax poetically about him. I did send him a message. I know it's awfully early for him out west, so maybe he'll hop in, maybe he won't. But Roschon Johnson looked really good. Looked like, and that guy played quarterback before he was converted to running back. So maybe we could see a little trickery there if they use him, especially when you have an athletic quarterback who can do it all. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll see a little wildcat formation. He can toss one up to Fields. That'd be fun to watch. Yeah. But we won't see that in the preseason, I'm sure. But KB, you're muted, man, if you're trying to talk. Yeah, man, it was really fun to see all of the running backs get a little bit of work. And you talked about the O-line there. We still haven't seen Nate Davis. I don't know what's going on with him, man. Mm-hmm. And that just kind of sucks because that was a big piece that they brought in.
So before I kind of got a feeling on that, man. This is what I'm believing is what it is. Nate Davis came off of an injury last year. I guess it was a season-ending injury. Maybe it's just the fact they don't want the man to be hurt during this offseason. They don't want him to get hurt during preseason, and they might be doing the little coddle thing with him, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. That's what I truly believe what the issue is. When I heard somebody say that he was hurt last year, my initial feelings started to change. It's more of, maybe they're just trying to baby step it with him to make sure he's okay and 100% when the season starts.
And that's what we call.
I told you at that point, you start to look at it and say, huh? Yeah, that Bowles called down there and said, hey, cut that shit out. So, yes.
That's what you call a KB conspiracy. So I think we might be coddling Nate Davis a little bit, which that kind of worries me, honestly. I mean, you bring a guy in on free agency, you gave him a decent little bag, and to coddle him, I don't know about it. But we did go out. We signed Logan Stenberg from the Detroit Lions, former Kentucky Wildcat, by the way. So that news definitely stuck out to me a little bit. I didn't feel bad about Leatherwood yesterday. I feel like he came in and played pretty well. Guard could be a good spot for him. I mean, he was projected as a left tackle. That's why he was drafted so high. But he really struggled with speed off the edge, but you put that guy in a phone booth. I mean, this is a guy who was winning awards at Alabama. So he's got good punch. He's got good power off the line. I kind of like him in that spot, but yeah, I was I don't know, man. I've just like I said, I'm trying not to get too excited, but I'm getting pretty excited. Yesterday I was a little torn because of course I want the Bears to win always, but we have my guy Will Levis on the other side as well. I wanted Levis to look good and make some plays, and our defensive line was hunting yesterday. We didn't see that at all last year. We had 8 sacks, and I heard a stat. I think I heard it from CHGO. That was the first time where the Bears have had 8 sacks in a preseason game, or maybe it was by the defensive line, since we went 12-4 in 2018. That was the last time we did that. Right. So, I mean, I don't want to say we're winning 12 games, but
it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But man, I was gonna say, man, go ahead, baby. But just to go back.
I'm gonna say,
go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the first show back in it. We're going to be a bit rusty, man. You know what I mean? So please, let us off with that. It's pre-season, man. You know what I mean? KB's had to rush about, and he's being substituted in and out the other lot of times. So please let us have a bit of time. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, man, that your Andrew is a big man. I didn't realize how big you are, your Andrew, mate. And man, when he gets his hands on people, he moves them. He's an absolute word, man. And I think for the match snaps he had, he didn't have that many because he took the starters out, didn't they? I think he played really well, and my God, he's quick on his feet as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, he had a little bit of ballerina in him. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? He missed the twinkle toes out there a little bit. You feel me? But
you didn't text him that though, did you?
I didn't. I'm not. I don't want to get. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to get pushed around. I'm a little dude. And in his standards, I'm a little dude. But no, man. What I wanted to say, man, just going back, it's funny because we kind of spoke on the Leatherwood thing before, saying it'd probably be better for him to move inside. So to see him, I'm saying, pretty sure they probably gave him the all season, go ahead and go in, brother. We need you to be here for death. So we got calls. My bad. I'm at work.
I was like, what is that? KB might be getting called out. He's
no, not yet. That ain't me. But no, what I'm saying is we've been kind of saying that for a little bit about Alex Leatherwood. So it was nice to see a little payoff in it, man, and to see how his athleticism kicked in, because on some of them plays you see my man downfield blocking. And he was getting out in front, bro. He was setting up some key pieces in there, and that's exciting to see, man. And just to kind of temper back some of the things of Nate Davis. Yeah, we paid him. He hasn't played yet. He hasn't really practiced yet. Okay. To see Alex Leatherwood play the way he played, that bodes well for us.
Yeah, and he's kind of had the same type of trajectory as Tevin Jenkins. I mean, Jenkins was drafted. That original regime said he was going to be our left tackle of the future. He didn't really work there, so they stuck him at right tackle. He did okay. I mean, he wasn't the best, but I think he's finally found a home there at left guard as well. So both those guys in the same trajectory in that spot. I really like that. And speaking of right tackles, I didn't hear Darnell Wright's name called, so that's always a good thing for an offensive line. When you start hearing their names called, that's when you know something's going wrong. So he really held his own out there. His first time, again, it's preseason. He's not going to see an abundance of blitzes or any exotic twists for the most part or anything like that. But I'm sure it was nice for him to get out there and just start hitting someone that wasn't wearing a Bears uniform, because I mean, like I said, I was at my son's middle school game yesterday, and they all felt the same way. It's just nice to get out there and hit someone wearing a different colored jersey. When those games start to kick off, you kind of take it easy sometimes in practice because you don't want anyone hurt on your team. But when you start hitting other guys, like it hits different, as they say. I'm coming out with all these kids trends these days. it just hits different.
I have no idea what you're on about, AC. I'm 50 next month. I've got no idea what you're on about.
Well, yeah. Focheezy does bring up. I mean, now that I guess we can kind of come off the ledge a little bit. Matthew Focheezy says PJ Walker, IDK about him. Yeah, there was some of his throws where he looked precise. He was able to. I remember the first, I guess it was a curl route. He hit Velus Jones right by the sticks. That was nice to see. But it seemed like every time he went deep, he was overthrowing. I think his first deep ball was an interception. I don't know about PJ either. I mean, hopefully we don't have to rely on him too much. Speaking of Don Burr, they just went out and signed Teddy Bridgewater like last week. That would have been a guy that I feel like we could have signed, and he would have been a good veteran backup for Justin to learn from.
Where's Tyrod? Can we call Tyrod, please?
He usually finds himself a nice spot where he can start some games. Tyrod, he's pretty smart with that.
I'll take a Tyrod right now. Hell, I saw this suggestion early in the offseason when people was like, "Man, Cam said he'll come back up Justin." Shit, call Cam. Hell, I need somebody back there. Woo, my man was not it. My man was not it.
I think regarding PJ Walker, the good. Hopefully he just had like a bit. I mean, he had a bit of an off game. His long balls are terrible, like you said, but his intermediate passer did get a lot better the longer we were on. And I just think really he's a backup there. He has got, he's an athletic quarterback, so they know that if he does have to come in, they don't have to completely change the offense like they had to do last year when Justin was injured. So if they're not going to get somebody like another QB just to bring in, I really feel like we need to get somebody with similar traits as Fields have, because it was so obvious last year when Fields were injured, and we had I think it was Cinnamon who came in. They had to change the offense quite a lot. So like you say though, it's the first preseason game, man. It's like when you're watching the news on about the Bears, and like presenters are going, "Oh, Justin Fields threw two passes what were over the heads, and he threw an interception." Well, that's why you have training camp. That's why you have practice. You make the mistakes in training, so you don't do it at game time. And it's it's still like we've still got half of the preseason to go. So I think I'm not into all that sort of reactionary sort of, "Oh no, Justin's going to be a flop." And I think that'll be the same for PJ Walker as well.
Yeah. And Tareen brings up a good point here. I think it was pronounced Bajent. He's the guy who came in the fourth quarter, and I'll take him over Nathan Peterman immediately. And maybe he can push for even that spot that PJ Walker's got. I don't know how athletic he is, but they were talking about him on the broadcast. I mean, this guy had the NCAA record for touchdowns while he was in college. Even though he didn't play at a D1 school, the guy can sling the pill. And they said he was pretty athletic, but I didn't really see much of it on there. And let's be honest, he was playing against insurance salesmen in that fourth quarter. So for the most part, it's hard to really put a dial on that and see where he's at. But I mean, he looked good. He looked decently athletic, and he looked extremely accurate, which is the main thing you need at this level. Jared Lorenzen used to say in high school, you got to be able to hit the door like of a house. In college, you got to be able to hit the doorknob. And when you get to the pros, you got to be able to put it through the keyhole. And it seemed like he was able to accurately get the ball out. He hit, I think, Fountain was the guy's name, late for a first down, and that was fun to watch. I don't want to get, like I said, I'm trying my best not to get too excited about this team, but I really like the way we looked as a cohesive unit, both sides of the ball.
Them young boys is flying around, bro.
Yeah. Special teams, they're still trying to give Velus a shot, and he fumbled it again. I mean, this guy, he's a third-round pick, so I don't see them just outright cutting him. But if they can't find a spot for him on the roster, like, what do you do with Velus Jones at that point? You know, he's not going to have any sort of trade value because people have seen his best value you would think would be punt return, kick return. But if you can't hold on to the ball, you can't do that. I mean, we lost the game in Washington over this very situation when we gave him the ball on like the 10-yard line because he dropped it. I mean, there's a lot of people in the chat saying Velus got to go. Velus overthinks. Let's just cut him. I just don't know if I see Poles doing that with his. That was his first offensive playmaker that he drafted. He's going to give him a long leash. You know what I mean? What did you guys think of Velus?
I mean, the guy did. He did catch a few, decent passes near the sideline through the game. But it's like you say, where's he going to fit into that crowded wide receiver room? Now we've got Claypool and DJ Moore and Mooney. We've got that the rookie from Cincinnati as well. So he's not really. What's he going to be like? Is he rated in that group? He's probably like the last one in that group. So if you're going to pick up on his, when he plays special teams and plays really well, you're quite right, AC. Where is he in this setup for this year? But like you said, he's also Paul's his first it was his first draft class. It's his second year, and he was a third-round pick as well. So they might be thinking, and also as well, we don't know what they're seeing in training as well. But but he has done it. Well, I think he did it twice last year, dropping them punts and costing us games. So I think really it's make or break for that young lad.
Yeah, Robbie brings up a decent point here. Try to put him in the backfield like a Cordero Patterson type role. I mean, maybe that's the best spot for him. I hate to give up on a kid on his second year, but man, you can't fumble punts, dude. That's number one.
This is my thing. Just take him off of punts, bro. You got other people that were doing it, you know what I'm saying, that were practicing for it. If he still has these issues, do not let him return punts. It's that simple. From my understanding, he's made advances as a wide receiver. It's plenty of people that have played in the fucking league that have played their position. My man might not be a fucking returner. That's all it is. Yeah, he has great speed. It'd be fucking nice to see him catch a punt and take it to the crib or a kickoff. But if that's not what he's good at, let's stop trying to fit him in that role. He's a wide receiver. Let him play wide receiver.
Yeah. I just hate to see it, man. It just sucks to see him struggle, and it's got to be a head thing at this point. I mean, it's like when a pitcher has an issue hitting the strike zone, it gets in their head a little bit when they just kind of start pushing it too much, and then they put the ball in the dirt and it's a wild pitch and shit like that. It gets in your head, and the next thing you know, it's a mental issue. It's got to be. People are saying let Tyler Scott do it. I liked what I saw out of Tyler Scott. He did fumble as well, though. I mean, we're not at the point where we can give away possessions. We're not the Kansas City Chiefs. We have to score each time we have the ball, even though our defense looked pretty good yesterday. It was preseason, so these guys weren't exactly out there running double reverses or anything. I mean, it was I don't know, man. I don't know who I would put that back there. There's got to be. I mean, there could be guys on the streets right now that can come in and return punts for you. It seems like the Patriots and Bengals and teams like that, they seem to find, like, I'm pretty sure the Bengals guys that are going out there to return punts, they sell popcorn at halftime. Like, usually just some little 5'8" white guy like me that's got speed. They're just like, what?
I was gonna say, Teron just said it right there. Dante Pettis.
Yeah. Pettis is. I mean, he did fine with it last year. He's not gonna give up the ball, which is the main thing.
Yep. Hey, fuck it. That's where he would be. We got, I don't know how many wide receivers they keep. If they decide to go from 6, Dante Pettis is absolutely a choice. I mean, at the point we're at, I feel like you might have to, because you're going to need somebody to return them punts, man. He did it last year. Let him do it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they'll give the rookie from Cincinnati a chance at punt returning, Tyler Scott?
They said that he had been practicing in it. I heard
I think he went out there for 1 or 2 punt returns yesterday.
Yeah.
But
I even heard Stevenson said that he would return punts if they would let him.
Hey, they'll all tell you that.
Hey,
I mean, Eddie Jackson's been saying for years he'll return punts for Bojack.
Eddie Jackson returned him before, but his old ass, he don't need to be on the field no more than what he already is, bro.
Yeah. I need you at my safety spot. I don't need you returning punts for me, brother.
Well, I must admit, though, with Bojack, though, he did do one of these great crap tackling attempts yesterday on the first drive for the defense. It was pathetic. And I kept going, because that first drive, the first drive for our defense, it was just like watching last year. We were getting no penetration, we were getting no pressure on the quarterback. You know, the opposition were just marching downfield. And then when Eddie Jackson came flying in and did that pathetic attempt of attack, I was like, this is like going back like 11 months. Surely this can't be real. But I think, you know, after the next series, the defense sort of got into the groove of the game, and we started getting that pass rush. And I mean, what do you reckon about Gibson, the defensive end? What do you reckon about his future?
He's fighting for his job out there, and he was out there putting it on the line. He was in the backfield all day. It seemed like, I remember, I think I said it in one of our group chats for the ballroom. Like, I'm hearing Gibson an awful lot today. Like, if he wasn't making the tackle, he was back there around the ball. And that's what you need, man. You need guys who are going to be in the area of the football. So he definitely was he definitely was fighting for his job, and he took it serious. Unless you guys have something else, I want to talk about Kyler Gordon a little bit.
Oh, go ahead.
Kyler Gordon, Spider-Man, as they calling him. Cornelius says he's a dangerous man. Man, I swear to God, those were 2 fumbles on that first drive you talked about, Chris. I mean, the first one may have not been, but that second one, that dude made the catch, took 2 steps and tried to spin. Kyler knocked his ass out and dropped the ball, but they didn't give it to us, even after a challenge. I was really shocked by that. And now it's preseason for them as well. I mean, it was their first game as well, but man, that's a fumble. And
I thought the first one was a fumble. I'm sorry. When
he
hit that dude, and my man, he lost possession of the ball in his hands. He ended up catching it like right as he hit the ground. And I was just like, I get it. I guess he reclaimed possession as he hit, but it definitely came loose, and it was evident. And I was like, bro, come on. Like, he lost possession right there. So, yeah. But he's laying hits on folks, bro. That is very nice to see.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, brother.
I mean, he was a great hit on that, but I still find too many players don't wrap up. I mean, he could have made that shot and still wrapped up. And if that player had a bit more moxie about him who got hit, if he'd have seen him instead of getting blindsided, he could quite easily bounce off them. You know what I mean? And I know it was a great shot. We got a fumble. We should have got a fumble out of it. But it does worry me that people literally just goes in like that without trying to wrap up the ball player. Because, we all know, we've seen it hundreds of times, players bouncing off the gets. So, but it was a nice hit. But that would be only sort of concern. I noticed that quite a few, defensive backs just go in with the shoulders instead of wrapping up. But I think the overall tackling did improve through the game. And what did you reckon about the rookie defensive tackles?
Defensive tackles, I told you guys on our draft show I liked Zach Pickens more than I liked Dexter. And he came out and showed it. I mean, when he played us at Kentucky, he played at South Carolina. They came in last year. Levis was hurt, wasn't able to play. So that was his first time really getting a shot at Levis. And he took advantage of every bit of it. I mean, and you talk about fundamental, Chris. He hit him. He wrapped him up. he did everything he needed. And that was exciting to see. Dexter, man, his get off still looks slow. I don't know if that's something that's going to be a consistent thing with him. And if it is, maybe that's a guy that's going to be a draft bust for our guy Poles. Just he fell in love with his athleticism when he did his offseason workouts. He looks athletic enough to be able to get off the ball, but when that ball snaps and he's getting his ass kicked right out the gate, I mean, you can't play defensive tackle like that. KB, maybe we'll re-sign your cousin on a longer deal if that doesn't work out. But Pickens really nice.
Great, bro. I would say this, man. Pickens was like watching the Meg, bro. He came around that corner, bro. I'm just you just had a moment where you kind of sit there and you kind of lean in. You're like, oh yeah, he finna hit him. Yeah, he got him. That was great. It was good to see. Is also pretty shocking because you hear Pickens was like, they kind of threw me in at one tech and been having me play there. So it might be because they want him to kind of show up the run thing or something like that. But that man has 3 tech written all over him in the future. Dexter, not the greatest of showings. I do listen. From my understanding, they said that he's kind of still been getting off the ball late all during training camp. So it is what it is. My man does but you see the promise in him. He's a big kid. He is big. He is strong as shit. That has been said by everybody. He is strong as shit and he's big. I mean, you got to switch them around. I get it. You want Pickens to kind of shore up the run thing. That's fine. This training camp, let him get the work in. How I see it being, if we go future sight or whatever the case may be, Pickens is your 3 tech, Dexter is your 1 tech. It is what it is. He just has to get up the ball faster. The man is big. He's going to eat up double teams.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that did stick out to me, though, remember when we talked to Andrew and he said it just felt different in the building. It felt like a culture, a family, these guys playing for one another. We could see it on the field yesterday. These guys, like, even if Dexter got off the ball late, he's got his guys there picking him up. And that's what you need, a camaraderie. We all played, so we all know what that camaraderie is like in that locker room.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like we're seeing it on the field, and I love to see it. Shout out to Pickens. He looked really good. Shout out to Gibson. He looked like he's fighting for his job. I don't know if he'll be the starter, but, I mean, he was like listed 5th on the depth chart, and he came out and was like, y'all want to list me 5th? This is what I'm going to show you.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Kendall Vildor.
And I tell you what was
Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry, AC. I tell you what was really cool as well is that rookie defensive tackle got from that really small college. He was like the first NFL player. NFL
from Kennesaw State, yeah.
How pumped up that kid was, man. That was sort of like really heart lifting. Like he got his first couple of tackles. He had one series when he played really well, and he was so fired up. But I noticed that on the sideline when like when we got an interception, the whole sideline of the Bears sideline were all like really up for it and congratulating each other, and it feels like they've got like a really good positive buzz going on, if that's the right word. Everybody seems to be really up for it. And, like Andrew said, about the culture, they must be doing something what's like really positive and really confident building for the players. I think that culture, because I think with the head coach as well, he comes over as being a coach what's quite level-headed. I don't think he's an up and down sort of guy when he's dealing with his players. So I think this day and age now, how kids are these days, I think that's a good thing. But yeah, it was just lovely seeing that rookie get his first couple of tackles, and everybody was jumping up for him, man. It were absolutely awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, Travis Bell, 7th round draft pick out of Kennesaw State. When we did our draft show, I couldn't tell you anything about him. But man, he came out and put on a good show, and showed that, okay, yeah, I can play at this level. Yeah, this is not just some guy they gave a chance to. I can play at this level. And even if he ends up being a practice squad guy, I feel like that's a dude you can use in the future. And he's a big dude. You can use him, goal line stands and stuff like that. I was really excited. I mean, I hate to see a defensive lineman wearing the number 73, but that's just me. I'm more of an aesthetic guy. I like my D lineman to be in the 90s, but yeah, it was good to see him get out there and make some plays, and he was fired up, and the whole team was fired up for a 7th-round pick out of Kennesaw State. He was the first draft pick out of that college ever, and to go out there and make plays. Ryan Poles loves the guy. He's talked about him in interviews that he really fell in love with him when he interviewed him, and that's why he took the chance on him. People are talking about Dom Rob in the chat. I don't remember hearing his name at all. Did you guys see anything from Dominic Robinson yesterday, or did he play? Did I miss something?
I don't remember his name being sort of really shouted out much by the commentators, but they did say that he was playing. When he did get mentioned, they did say he was playing well. But he's in his second year now, so he's had like another, he's had a full NFL off season as well. So I know that he were getting coached up in the off season. I can't remember it was a guy from who played for the Colts. Their legendary edge pass rusher who were really good. Mathis, maybe. I don't know.
Robert Mathis.
No, like an older player, who used to play for Colts, and he'll get sort of a few tips off him. But he looks a bit bigger as well too, even he did last year, because he looked quite sort of tall and lean, didn't he, last year? And I think he's put a bit of muscle on. So I must admit, I didn't notice any sort of one particular play from the guy. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Colts defensive end, we'll have Yannick Ngakoue when the season does start. And he's had 8 sacks in every season. That'll help out a lot with the pass rush. But lo and behold, Terrell Lewis wearing the 52 coming off the edge. He got a strip and knocked the ball out. And, I mean, he looked like Matt coming off the edge. And that play, I don't want to – I'm going to hit my brakes a little bit, but he looked like he deserved to be there for sure. But when he came off and took his helmet off, I thought it was Robert Quinn for a second. When that dude needs to just shave his head. Come on, man, give up.
Hey, brother, look, I don't care what he need to do. You gonna shave that head and get better friction or traction or whatever you do, bro. And aerodynamics, you know what I'm saying? The wind just rolls over your head when you're bald, brother. Go ahead. But that's somebody I was really, really excited to see yesterday. To me, Terrell Lewis, he has the most to gain and not a lot to lose. I know that's kind of weird to say about somebody that's trying to make a team, but you got a dude who was brought in. You look at his past, it's like, okay, this is the Tevin Jenkins of the defense. You know what I'm saying? He's been hurt. He's been miscast that on a different team, but all you hear throughout a training camp is this kid keeps flashing. This kid would have the offense played great today, but if we were going by sacks, Terrell Lewis was in the backfield all fucking practice.
Yeah.
Just to like the slight reminder, bro. What you got to remember is Terrell Lewis was the fucking sack master of that Alabama defense when he played.
Yeah, I remember him in Bama.
He was the feared DN that everybody had the game plan for. My man could not stay healthy. That was his problem. If he stays keeps any kind of health this year, I guarantee you this kid will probably have somewhere in the ballpark of 6 to 8 sacks. And to me, that'd be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to get a guaranteed 8 to 10 from Yannick. You're probably going to get another 6 or 7 from Walker. So if you can tell me we can get a kid that's pushing another 6 or 8, and bro, that's a future in the league, man. You can make something of yourself. Yeah. But I'm really excited to see him because bro, his bend is phenomenal. Yeah. I was like, good God.
Yeah, you put it best. I mean, his biggest issue was just staying healthy. Focheesy Lewis is the guy from the Rams. They drafted him in the 3rd round in 2020, I believe. Injuries have derailed his career to this point. So exactly. He's a guy that you definitely, if he stays healthy, he's a good depth piece. I mean, we saw it yesterday. He's got good bend. He hunts the football. He doesn't, I mean, just like Mac used to do. He wouldn't always come in just looking for a sack. He would just, where's the ball at? Let me punch that out, and that's what you need. I mean, not to go back to last year, but the hits philosophy, the T in it is take the ball away. So you need as many guys as you can going out there and taking the ball away. And we saw it yesterday live on TV. I mean, they were all hunting for the football, whether it's picks or fumbles or the defensive ends or any of that. It definitely was. It was fun to see, man, and like I keep saying, I don't want to get too excited over a preseason game, but man, I'm getting excited over a preseason game. I was excited to watch them on my TV screen yesterday, and I believe they're showing their game next week on NFL Network as well, so I should be able to watch that live, and that'll be fun to see them against Indianapolis, another young quarterback who, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm a guru or anything, but I told y'all that Levis was better than Richardson. Richardson came out there and just gave the ball to the other team. He had a couple of good runs, but
he is a developmental piece.
Yeah,
bruh, he is that is what he is. They saw his size and the athleticism and said, "Oh yeah, we got a quarterback." Last time we saw that, people started calling that man a running back. So I still believe that was an overdraft. I think the world of the kid, and I hope he does well. But that was extremely high to take somebody who played quarterback for one season.
He played for one full season, and the year before he split time, so he wasn't ready to start. And then this year he was kind of thrust into the role. The other guy transferred with the new transfer deal, and Florida sucked. He wasn't good. He threw. I watched him against Kentucky. He threw one touchdown, and that was to RDB. So I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't think he's ever going to be good. And I told Colts fans that too. I got friends here that are Colts fans, and even one of them's a Kentucky fan as well. So he knew the same thing I did. He was like, dude, my franchise is going nowhere. But I don't see it, man. I don't see what everybody saw. He runs fast. He can jump high. That don't help you at quarterback all the time.
It'll help you on Madden.
Yeah, that's
true. It'll help you on Madden, bro.
It sounds like a bit of a Trubisky, that sort of 1 year starter sort of thing, had a bit of a flush and that were it. But he's a bit of an athlete though, because I did watch a few of the highlights from last night, and it's like KB, man. He's a phenomenal looking athlete. But and also they've got the joint practices as well, haven't they, with the Colts this week coming, which they didn't do last off season. So that'll be interesting to see how they get on with the joint practices as well.
Oh, that's right. We do get joint practices with Indy this week.
Yeah, you going down to check it out, KB?
Bruh, I'm at my. let me hit you with just a little side story. My mom texts me Friday night, right? She says, "Hey, I got an extra ticket for tomorrow." Look at the time. I'm like, bro, it's like 10 o'clock. Why are you just now telling me this shit now?
The night before at 10 p.m.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, why are you just now telling me this shit? Like, what are we doing? She was like, I'm gonna let you know tomorrow if everything is good. I'm like, all right, cool. I wake up, man. I look down at my phone. It's like I woke up at like 10 something, bro. I look down at my phone. She texts me at 7 a.m. talking about something. I got that ticket. Why didn't you call? So I text her, I'm like, you know what, man? Look, I'm kind of in pain. You can go ahead and shoot out. Thought my back would be doing a little bit better than what it was. She gonna text me back. Oh yeah, we already in Chicago. I beg your pardon. First of all, don't text me at 7 talking about I got the ticket, and then text me talking about oh yeah, we already here. I didn't even get a phone call, man. That being said, I am gonna try to go to the Indy game.
What have you done to your back, man? What have you done? Have you had an injury or hurt yourself at work or?
Oh yeah, man. It's been a lingering thing in my lower back, bro. Yeah, it's
fucking nightmare when it's your back.
Oh, bro, it's some days you think you riding high on the cloud, everything is good, and then you hit that one quick angle, bro. Oh, straight to the knees. Oh, like who the hell jumped on me?
Yeah, I got a bad back too. The VA pays me every month for it, thanks to all that gear they made me wear in the Army. And yeah, ibuprofen, I take that or Tylenol. I switch them off, one or the other. Give me.
Well, say, bro, I got some. I got some strong ibuprofens. I got some 600s.
No, I got the 800s, bro. You don't even know.
I they ain't want to give me that. What they gave me was them damn muscle relaxers. Tell me some more. Here you go.
Put you right to sleep,
bruh. Work, but listen, I've never been a drug man. Okay, I'm just gonna preface this. Say it out loud. Never been that guy.
Yeah,
never been that guy
life either,
bruh. I'll take one of them little bitty ass pills. I'm gone for 12 hours, bro. It is not a game. You hear me? I am out cold, and when I wake up, bro, I'm like in a haze. I wake up like I'm drunk. I'm like, bro, what happened, man? I done missed the whole damn day. What is this?
Since we're going off on tangents, the pod boss asked me a question. Aaron, name an SEC quarterback you're a fan of. I'm assuming this is going back to what I just said about Richardson. This year, SEC quarterbacks that I like. I like our guy Devin Leary. He was named the #1 transfer quarterback this year. We got him from NC State. As long as he stays healthy, he should be pretty good. And we got Liam Cohen back running the offense, which should be nice. I like the guy in Arkansas, KJ Jefferson. He's a dual threat quarterback he's got a cannon for an arm and he can run. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think Georgia's got a new quarterback. In Alabama, they don't know who they're running at quarterback yet. I'm just trying to go through all the schools off the top of my head. I'm not a fan of Graham Mertz, who they just named at Florida. The guy at Tennessee, he's pretty good, but he's not great. He'll probably get boosted up with their offense and look really good, but I don't know how well he'll be as far as a prospect for the NFL. I mean, he'll probably get drafted because that offense just puts up numbers no matter who they're going against. But I'm just trying to go through all the schools in my head off the top of my head. I don't know who Missouri's got. I have no idea. Out west, Texas A&M probably has a good dude that I can't think of off the top of my head either. LSU, their guy just transferred out. So as far as there's not really a lot of guys who have been there for a long time off the top of my head that are still there, especially with the transfer portal and realignment and all those things that are happening. I mean, I guess if you want to throw Texas into the SEC, even though they're not there yet, Ewers out of Texas is really good.
Manning, when he comes,
I don't know. I think his name got him a lot, man. When I saw his high school tape, there was guys who were rated lower than him that had better tape than him, but he had that name on the back, so he got. I mean, he might be okay. I just, I think in today's league, you have to have athleticism, and I don't know if the Mannings ever had. I mean, none of them ever had athleticism.
You telling me you haven't seen that gold that was paid Manning scrambling for 5? That boy looked like a pickup truck with no engine trying to get I said, look at that boy, look at him go, boy. That motherfucker ain't going nowhere, but he trying hard as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, go ahead.
Hey, Steve, have you started your mock drafts yet?
Nah, I ain't started no mock draft. I got to see some college games before I start a mock draft. That'll be maybe around Thanksgiving. I'll knock out my first mock draft. Oh
my God.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a fun game to watch yesterday to try and get back on track here. The offense looked fun. The starting offense did. The starting defense, man, they gave up that first trip down the field really pretty easily. Stevenson got beat early. Kyler Gordon looked like he was out there. I mean, he was knocking dudes' blocks off. You don't see that out of a corner a whole lot. But I guess is he gonna play nickel? Maybe he'll need that a little bit more. Was Was Brisker out there? I didn't see.
Okay. No, I don't think he was. I think he's got a knock. But I say what I really like is that cornerback Stevenson, who we got from Minnesota, who we drafted. That he's mad. He can hit out, and you can see how competitive he is as well. You can tell he absolutely loves physical contact as well. So it'd be quite cool if he had him quite near the box just to contain the running game. But I was very sort of impressed by him, and I think there's sort of rumours that he could be the second cornerback, facing Jalen Jones. So I'm really impressed by him, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him return punts or kickoffs. I bet he could do a really good job as well doing that. So but I was really impressed by his attitude, man. It looked like he owned the place. Didn't look like it was too big for him in the NFL at all.
Yeah, PZ said no Brisker, no Edmonds. Those are big names that we could have used yesterday. So I don't know how much we could see. We're not going to – hopefully we'll have those guys week one when we play the Packers.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe it.
Yeah, I know even Getsy and Justin Fields have both said, when you got Edmonds in the middle out there, he covers a lot of ground, man, and he's got them big, long arms, and he does a whole lot for you. But
I was going to say, you got to realize, man, last night we had a sprinkle of players, you know what I'm saying, that were starters. You had my cousin out there. You had Justin Jones out there. You had Eddie Jackson out there. I think I even saw Sanborn at one point, which shocked the shit out of me. I've seen a 57 running around. You had him out there. TJ Edwards was out there. I don't know if JJ played. I don't think I saw him.
I saw him on the sideline with a bucket hat, and it didn't look like he had shoulder pads on. But
so I was gonna say, bro, the starting defense was not out there. You had pieces out there that probably just wanted to get some game time. To be honest, I was really shocked that Eddie was out there. That shocked the hell out of me. But there's no D Walker out there. Yannick, that's not how you say his name. Yannick.
Yeah, Yannick wasn't like out unique there. Almost.
Yeah, I would say Yannick wasn't out there. Brisker wasn't out there. Say Edmonds is not out there yet. The starting defense wasn't out there, bro. I definitely feel like if Walker and them boys were out there, they would have set the edge, because it seemed like a lot of those runs they were getting outside. Mm-hmm. You would have seen your Edmonds coming downhill with Edwards. So it is what it is, man. You got like 4 or 5 people that were legit starters out there.
Yeah.
So
maybe we'll see him next week, get a little bit more, a couple more snaps. I don't know if they'll run Yannick in the preseason at all.
I was gonna say I still don't think him or Walker are gonna play. It's a lot of them pieces I still don't think will play. We probably won't see them till week 1.
Yeah, it's good for them. We want them to stay healthy. It's a long season, but man, I want to see them. As a Bears fan, I want to see them on the field and see what I'm a little preview of what I'm getting. But maybe that's why they're not doing it. They don't want Green Bay to know what's coming at them week 1. And with Green Bay, I saw all over X or Twitter, or I think I heard someone on the score call it the artist formerly known as Twitter.
That's good. That's funny. That's exactly what it is from now on.
But Packers fans was like, he almost threw the ball in the dirt on the DJ Moore play and this and that. But I guarantee you, if Jordan Love threw that exact same pass to Christian Watson, he took it to the house, they wouldn't have said a damn thing about it. But
let me say this about that, bro, because I done got on the app formerly known as Twitter plenty of times after the game, man. And this is what I feel. I have, for the better part of a decade, watched Aaron Rodgers throw slants, goddamn flat routes, and fucking screens that his players would make magic with afterwards, and Aaron Rodgers got all the fucking praise for.
Yep.
How many times did we see Randall Cobb break a damn fucking slant for fucking 40 or 50 yards? And it's like, bro, why? Why is this happening? And it's just like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, greatest quarterback ever. All right, I get it. The man is talented. He can throw the ball over the yard, whatever. Patrick Mahomes, if anybody watched the damn show, the quarterback show, has said what I have said ever since this man has played in the offense. I said their team looks like they're just playing backyard football. And he said it on the show.
Yeah.
He said, man, I'm just back there running around. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what the man said. He throws the ball up and wide receivers just come to the fucking ball. So people want to pan this man because he turned around and he threw 2 screen passes and his players actually did what they're supposed to do. Hey, what are you supposed to say? I'm happy for him. Good for him. He doesn't have to play 1 verse 11 any fucking more. You have people that can actually fucking make plays for you.
Yeah.
We've been saying this all offseason. DJ Moore is that guy. He was that guy in Carolina. It's just you play with 15 different quarterbacks. He has the DeAndre Hopkins effect. When DeAndre Hopkins got a good quarterback, you seen his production still stay the same. He's still that dude. Same thing with DJ Moore, man. That's why I say I was happy to see it, and I'm not gonna pan fucking Justin Fields for doing it. I rub the shit in fucking Packers fans' faces and Detroit Lions fans' faces, fucking Vikings fans' faces. Fuck y'all. My quarterback was 3 for 3 for 129 with 2 touchdowns. Scored both times he was on the field.
Yeah,
that's that. But the fact of the matter is, you have playmakers for a reason. There are people out there on the field that are playing with him for a reason. His job is a quarterback. He's the fucking point guard. He throws assists. You got to make something happen with it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the yak was fun. Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry, mate. I keep butting you today, mate. Very sorry. We are in preseason. I mean, I watched the Packers highlights yesterday. And Jordan Love, all right, scored in his first drive, but every pass he threw were on a rollout. So that means he only has to look at the half the field to who he's going to pass because, so they shrink the field down for him, like they used to do for Trubisky over here. And I thought he looked a bit sort of shaky to me. I didn't see. I mean, he didn't play for that long, but I mean, he didn't sort of come over as anything special, like when you see Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what a preseason game, but just the passes what they were asking to make were all quite sort of easy scheme passes and rollouts. So I mean, I can't comprehend in my little brain that the Green Bay Packers are going to have a 3rd Hall of Fame quarterback in a row. Surely that can't happen to us, man. So yeah, I just pray every night that he's not going to be like a Rodgers and Favre, a continuation of their quarterback dominance. So it'll be interesting to see how he pans out, but I just hope he gets his ass kicked when he comes to Chicago week 1, mate. To be honest with you, I hope Andrew Billings is fucking straight up the middle kicking his ass, man. So, yeah, that's my thoughts about Jordan Love, what I picked up on seeing the highlights yesterday.
I just hope he's, not great enough for them to contend for Super Bowls, but not bad enough to where they can get Caleb Williams or May out of North Carolina or Ewers out of Texas. Don't get one of the top quarterbacks this year. So land right in the middle somewhere, pick 12 to 15 or something. Because if they get Caleb Williams, man, I'm gonna be real upset.
Oh man, you telling me the Packers ain't trying to tank for Caleb, bro? That ain't what's happening this year.
It's gonna be hard to tank this year when you got Arizona out there and the quarterback throwing the footballs to the back of the corner's head.
Hey, bro, shit, the damn Panthers ain't looking too much better, bro.
I didn't get to watch that game because I had to go. How did Bryce Young look though? How much did he play?
He played. I've seen a couple drives and. They didn't put up no points.
Yeah,
not one. You know he's missing a DJ Moore.
Yeah, that'd be nice for him, huh?
Show the hell would.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they land in the top 5 and we can get that pick. That'd be really nice.
Super nice.
Like I said, I haven't done any mock drafts yet, but I like Jared Verse out of Florida State, the defensive end. I liked him last year, so I mean, I'm not gonna not like him this year,
Hey man, when I did my first draft, I had Dexter and Verse as my picks, man. I would love to have Jared Verse, bro. I would love to have him.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gone. I watched the very start of. I mean, since we're on rookie quarterbacks talking them, I watched the very start of the Texans game against the Patriots, and C.J. Stroud looked horrible as well. I think he threw a pass that was. He threw one interception, but before that, he threw one that was intentional grounding. He was out there running for his life. I don't know if he'll be good or not, but I don't think they have the means to protect him yet. Which
their offensive line looked bad.
Yeah, it could be very difficult for a rookie quarter. I mean, the best quarterback to ever play here at Kentucky, Tim Couch. He went to an expansion team, the Cleveland Browns. They didn't put anybody in front of him. My guy, he was on KSR last week. He got sacked 56 times in his rookie year. How do you even learn behind that? You know what I mean? You can't learn anything from that other than you can take a hell of a hit. And now he's had 2 back surgeries and all kinds of shit from shit that happened when he played. But I mean, I hope they all play well, but honestly, I hope Bryce Young doesn't, because I want that high draft pick to be
not this year at least. He could play good all he want next year. But I started to watch a little bit of the Houston game too, man, and I got field vibes bad, bro. I'm watching fucking Stroud try to roll out the pocket and make things happen. Like this kid's gonna be running for his fucking life if he's starting this year. If I was him, I just better look, man. Play old boy first.
Bill Hogue said all rookie QBs look bad.
I definitely. What's my man name that went to Stanford that they got last year? They played last year.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, if I was Stroud, I'm like, man, play Davis Mills till he get broken half.
I mean, I only know his name because people talk shit about Justin Fields with him. They're like, look what Davis Mills did and your quarterback did. That's the only reason why I know his name at all.
Yeah, when we ultimately lose Luke Getsy to whatever job he's going to.
Don't speak that into existence.
Listen. Pep Hamilton is not employed right now by the NFL. Okay, I'm still sitting on that bus. If Pep Hamilton comes to work with Justin Fields in any capacity, I would be excited.
He's not Houston's offensive coordinator?
No, they got rid of him. Remember, he was Lovey's offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah. I think
they
kept him on.
Yeah, they didn't keep him.
No.
He was on a podcast talking, and he says he's not working right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's actually going to do some TV work for the NFL Network. So we're on with Greg and Aldo a couple of months ago, and I think he's going into the media side of it. But regarding Luke Getsy, even if we have a good year this year, surely we can keep him for another year, because he's only been called in place for one season.
It depends on how good he is. I mean, I saw how many times, especially with that offense now, you see Shanahan, all of his disciples are head coaches now.
Yeah.
You know, in Miami and LA, and Getsy is a part of that tree. The guy in Green Bay, whose name escapes me right now, he's part of that tree. So this offense is run throughout the NFL now. So if he to project, and I don't want to say like some people online are saying Fields is going to be an MVP. I don't think he's going to be that great right now. But if they take and go from 3-14 to say 8 or 9 wins, and Justin Fields looks really good, GMs and those kind of guys around the league are going to say, okay, maybe this guy he's got something. Maybe we can bring him in, and just being a part of that tree is going to help him out a lot.
I watched the little clip on the speak, because certain people are starting to come around to him now, which is funny as shit, because last year was he sucks, blah blah. But you hear them throwing out the statistic of 3,000 and 1,000. 3,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. I pray to God he doesn't have to rush for 1,000 yards this year. To me, that just sounds like we're not doing good, and he's running for his fucking life again. But if he gets anywhere between 3,000 to 3,500 yards passing, okay, and he gets somewhere around the 500, maybe 600 yards rushing, just because he's Justin Fields, those, like they said, those are MVP numbers. It's not saying that he's going to be MVP. Lamar Jackson won with a 3,000 and a 1,000. All right. we get I say, like I said, my thing is this: give me a 35-yard, not 35-yard, 3,500-yard passing year. Give me somewhere between 500 and 600 yards rushing. Those are MVP numbers to me. So I'm not saying he's going to be MVP. I'm not saying this he's going to be the best quarterback in the league. I'm not doing none of that shit. That's very high praise, and I'm not throwing that out there. What I'm saying is, give me those numbers. Play like you can be a candidate. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Completely agree there, KB. I mean, the thing I'd like as well is just Fields is to have chance for him to be that pocket passer, because when he was playing for Ohio, that's what he basically was. And just due to the state of our O-line over the last sort of couple of years, then the kids had no chance. And they're the sort of numbers I'm looking at, really, because people get going, oh, he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. I don't think that's on the books yet.
That's
really do. But
this is goal, yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, I must admit, KB, I could actually give you 35 yards of passing offense if you want.
Hey, man, look, I might be able to give you 35 yards running, baby. You feel me? Hey, when your boy was out there playing flag, you know what I'm saying? I still got the wheels. Wheels. One might be crooked, but I still got the wheels.
I played on an adult softball league this summer. And, I ain't never been a slugger, but I still got some speed going at first base. I shocked some people because I don't look like a fast guy. But I mean, there's a reason why Coach put me at linebacker, took me off that D line.
Hey man, this is what I found in my travels around the world, man. Especially being down in the South. If you're bald, got dreads or a big ass beard, you got some wheels, bro. I don't know why. You either hairless and you got the aerodynamic. If this
I'm on my way there.
Hey, look, shit. Take that hat off, boy. You're gonna be moving fast as shit. You feel me? You already got the beard.
Yeah.
But no, man, like I said, when I first got down south, bro, and I seen a dude, he had to be all about 300 pounds, bro. And I'm talking about maybe like 6'1", 6'2". He took off running. Oh, good God. Who is that? Why is he so fast, bro? This is ridiculous. And then I just started noticing.
The Flash, they said.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I ain't no Devin Hester now. I just, bro, I'm quick in short spurts. I didn't play safety. I wasn't playing no deep. I'm good in short spurts.
Quick 10 yards.
He said, shit, I give you quick 5 yards, bro. It'd be the fastest 5 yards you ever seen in your fucking life. You feel me?
After that, my hammy acts up, you know.
I'll be on the side grabbing my chest. Oh shit.
I'll put my back like that. Oh.
Well, I think we kind of went off on tangents here. I think.
Oh man, it's first day back, baby.
Yeah. We're over an hour now, and I think it's about time to bring this into a close a little bit. We'll be back next week to talk about the Colts. KB, if you're able to make it, if you're able to go to the game, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or even the practices this week. Maybe you can get us a couple videos or something. Send them into Aldo. That'd
be dope.
I don't know if they'll let us videotape at the practices though.
Probably.
I think that's like a rule or some shit. I
was gonna say they got MIB up there, so once you try, they come up behind you and punch you in the face and then flashy thing you like.
Flashy thing.
Why is my jaw hurt?
You should be fine.
Hey, mom's made of the same material as the little light beam. You feel me? So I might be able to make it work. I just don't want to get punched in the face. I don't.
Yeah. That ain't
like my homeboy said. I'm light skinned. You know what I'm saying? This is my money maker. You can beat me anywhere else.
You can't hide that money maker, brother.
Oh my God.
All right. So we'll go around and Chris, I'll let you go first, and then KB. We'll do our shout outs, and we don't really have anything to predict unless y'all want to predict a week out for the preseason game. But we'll hit shout outs and close this thing on out.
Cool. Yeah, boys. The first shout is to you two gentlemen. In summer, But, it feels like life is a little bit back normality, because now I'm talking to you boys on the Sunday afternoon and we've got the NFL back. And also, as well, is 8 weeks' time, I'm going to be sat in Soldiers Field with Mr. Shorty from BCP watching the Bears get the Vikings. And then the week after, I'm going to be with you boys at the Raiders game. So this season is just going to be phenomenal. And everything I saw yesterday were really entertaining from the Bears. I know it's the first preseason game, and I know we won all the preseason games last year, and look what happened. But it all looked very positive, and and the team looks like it's going in the right way. And the main thing is the new guys sort of look like, they're really fitted in. But most of all, just say thanks to you boys. It's awesome to get a chance to speak to you again, and everybody in the chat as well.
All right, go ahead, KB.
Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting. You feel me? Hey, man. Shout out to you boys, man. Of course, but you know what I'm saying? That's always gonna be the top of the top. You feel me? It's good to be back on here with y'all, man. It's good to be back on here doing this. It having a little break from everything is nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got to get on here and talk about a team that's disappointing most times. So. It's good to get on here just because we have some type of football, man. Yeah, it's preseason, but you know what, AC? It's football. It's us watching the Bears again. Like I said, the young boys out there playing for something, and it's fun to watch young people fly around. It's funny I can say those things now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s now, so I can say young boys.
Hey, I'm 50 next month, so you can fish right off.
Oh man, but no, man, it's good just to have football back, man. I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care if the players that we watching not gonna be on teams and none of that, man. I just want to see football, and it's Bears football, so I'm happy to see it back. Shout out to everybody in the chat, even the haters. You know what I'm saying? We always got our resident Detroit Lions fan who got us on notification. So, hey man, appreciate the support. You don't matter if you hit a like or you hit a dislike.
Yeah,
works in the YouTube algorithm either way, brother. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? I see all the typical names, man. And we've been going for what now? 3? Was it? Is it 3 or 4 years now?
Shit, feel like 5. I don't know.
We've been going for a minute, man. And there's a lot of people in the chat that have been rocking with us since day one. So shout out to y'all, man. The Teron Whitfields of the world, the Matthew Focheezies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All y'all boys, man. Shout out to all y'all because you're still tuning in, man. So we got to be doing something right. Yeah, also, man, shout out to the Podfather, aka Aldo. Had a little spurt up, man, with his health. It's nice to hear that he's doing better. So you know what I'm saying? You gave us a scare, but we're happy that you're doing better, brother. Other than that, man, love you boys, man. Love everybody in the chat, even the fucking haters. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I mean, just like y'all said, the first shout out goes to y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in this morning and talking to me about some preseason football. I mean, I feel like we talking about practice. What are we talking about? We talking about practice? But it's fun to talk and just like KB said, seeing them young guys run all around the field, making plays. Looking pretty good. I mean, like I said, I'm trying not to get too excited about preseason, but I might be getting a little excited about preseason. It was nice to see football on my screen again yesterday. And it's really cool that the Bears, all their games in the preseason are on Saturday. So we'll try to do this for the next couple of weeks, and we'll just talk about what we saw the day before. I don't know what we're going to see in that week 3 game. Probably be, I mean, I don't even know who's going to play. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, but it was fun to see football on my TV again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Don Burr, if you want to give us some money, maybe I'll put your chats on the screen one day. But until then, we'll just let you sit out there and vent to yourself. Shout out to Taurine. Shout out to Heidi coming in at the end. Shout out to you, Heidi. It's good to see you in the chat. Jay Grizz in the chat. I didn't see the Heart Foundation this morning. Maybe he's overslept, or maybe he's in church or something. I don't know, but I like seeing him in here. But just like KB said, man, we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and y'all been here since day one. Like, the vote, like the video on your way out. We appreciate it. That help with our algorithm. Subscribe to the Bar Room. That'll tell you anytime we go live, whether it's a crosstown crosstalk, which has turned into a White Sox show somehow. I've tried to talk to Aldo about getting a Cubs fan on there because, we actually play meaningful baseball. So
just because y'all relevant right now don't mean nothing, man.
It means something, KB. Yeah, I tell you what, man. I'm always rooting for my Cubbies. I went up to Wrigley last month, and
I seen the pictures, man.
Saw them beat the Red Sox. That was fun. But this weekend, I was a White Sox fan as well because they were playing the Brewers. We trying to make up room, and of course, the White Sox shit the bed and just let the Brewers. They're probably about to let them sweep them. I don't know what the hell is going on, but.
I don't know what's been going on with the White Sox since we had that World Series team, bro. One year it's like, oh, it's a lot of promise, we'll be good, and then the next year we start like fucking 30 games down, bro. And I'm like, what? I can't even get excited about watching y'all, man.
They showed a lot of fight last weekend, and then Tim Anderson got knocked out. So I don't know how much fight that's the most fight they've shown in years.
That's depressing.
Yeah. But tune in to the Bar Room. You got baseball talk, you got hockey talk. Vinny Parisi does his thing on both of those shows. That guy is a busy man. I mean, he writes, he does podcasts, he does all kinds of stuff for him. So shout out to Vinny for that. Tune in on, I believe it's Tuesday nights. Dan and Aldo bare their souls. Mm-hmm. That's always a fun show. I mean, I met Dan and Aldo in Cleveland with KB, and we had a fun night. So those guys are always fun, and they talk about a little bit of everything. From football to porn to politics. I usually tune it out when they start talking politics because I don't get into that. But I mean, yeah.
But the porn bit is they
talk about everything on that show. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So just tune in. Like I said, subscribe to the Bar Room, and they'll tell you whenever we go live. Definitely. Again, shout out to you guys, and we forgot to mention it, but that game yesterday got sealed with an interception. So shout out to that kid that made the interception that sealed the ball game.
Yes, sir.
It was definitely fun to watch, and we'll see him. We'll see him back next week against the Colts, and we'll come back in here Sunday morning and talk about what we saw and see if we're still excited about the offense or if we got a couple of kinks to work on. I don't know yet, but
I was gonna say next week is dress rehearsal week, man. We're gonna see how much they play.
Yeah. And until next time, we'll just leave everybody with a bear down.
Bear down.